Hi everyone, I'm Kay and today I'll be customizing my Q Posket Sailor Venus. On top of being just generally boring looking, she fell off the base a while ago and the peg is stuck in her leg so she can't stand, and I wanted to give her a mini makeover. So let's get into it. First, I removed the gem on her tiara. It was kind of a brownish yellow color, and I'm going to replace it with a brighter orangey crystal. I think I got this Q Posket in 2021, and it looks like the newer ones online don't have a gem at all. It's just an orange painted on dot, so she's definitely going to get a gem. The original one did not come off very nicely, so I mixed up some epoxy sculpt. That way I could just inlay a new one inside of it and paint it gold at the end. Sailor Venus was always my favorite growing up. I don't know why I was drawn to her more than others, besides the fact that she had a cat. I mean, she was always kind of giving cool girl vibes, but I really just think it was Artemis. I know Saki had Luna, but she was just a bit too whiny for my liking. And now that I'm an adult, I have a white Persian, and his name is Artemis. I struggled a bit with getting this uniform, so I just used this tool with a little silicone butt on the end to press it until it was just about perfect. I also used a bit of water to smooth it out once I was finished. Here I'm just painting some little glitter flakes that I have in orange color so I can use them as her jewelry on her choker and earrings. These were pretty difficult to paint. They kept popping off this little platform I had, and I ended up using a piece of wire on the corner while I painted them, and painted them probably 3 or 4 coats. Next, I used a liquid silicone to block pieces off around the places that I plan on painting later. This is really just a protective measure to avoid accidentally getting any paint on her while I'm repainting the other areas, so I don't have to clean it up later. I waited for that to dry and then I moved on to painting. This orange color that it came with was more of a yellowy orange and not at all what I remember from Sailor Venus and what she looked like in the anime. So I mixed up a darker color that's more accurate. It doesn't look as dramatic on camera, but I definitely think this made a big difference in the overall look. After that, I moved on to painting her lips a peach color. I really think this was one of the biggest transformations. I know that in Sailor Moon their lips aren't colored, it just matches their skin tone, but this just makes her face look so much cuter and more defined. I think this was the perfect addition. When I'm painting minis, sometimes just regular acrylic paint is a bit too thick, so if you add a little bit of water, you can thin it out just enough. Next, I painted the underneath of her shoes red. She definitely needs some red bottoms. After that, I moved on to adding the jewelry. So I used some glue to stick on the star on her bow as well as the heart on her choker. And then I moved on to her earrings. I was trying to find a way to dangle, but her ears are so delicate that I couldn't really drill a hole in them. So I just stuck the glitter right on, and I still think it looks really cute. I used some iridescent glitter to put some catch lights in her eyes, and I inserted the gem in her tiara off camera, but I did paint it a copper first and then gold on top. Now it was ready to remove the liquid silicone. Here's how she looks with all the additions. The orange definitely matches better. After that, I moved on to her base, and I got this washi tape in some other order for free that I had received, and it's perfect. I tried to use as many things that I had just laying around, so these yellow glue sticks were also an example of that, and I cannot believe how much it matched this base. It was really just perfect. So I used the glue gun to add the glue, and this was how I was going to secure her to the base so she wouldn't fall off. I let that sit for a while, and then I added glue all around her, just to kind of build up that base and strengthen it even more. And also I added these glitter pieces one by one. This took quite a long time, but I wanted to add some type of star details. Here's how she looks after. She kind of looks like she's sitting in some honey, but I still like it. I love how it's transparent and you can see the red bottoms underneath. Here was her before, kind of dull, and here is her after. You know, these are really subtle changes, but I do think they made a really big difference in her cuteness level. And now she is ready to go on my shelf. This is my first YouTube video, so if you like the customizations or if you have any suggestions, please let me know. I really appreciate it. And thanks for watching.